As we all know, the Prime Minister met with the Chief of Defence Staff and individually met the Air Force Chief and the Navy Chief as well. Uh, this is giving an indication that the matter is being taken seriously at the highest level, and there are strategies that are being worked out. What, according to you, should be India's next step?
India will pursue what I would describe as a calibrated approach in terms of how it frames its response to the Pahalgam terror attack. As you have pointed out in your preliminary remarks, there are a range of options that India has. These span the political, the economic, trade, water, and the military. You can see that I'm deliberately listing the military option as the very last. And clearly, Prime Minister Modi and his team have sent out a signal of both resolve, which is to assuage the domestic sentiment that the perpetrators of this dastardly attack will be pursued, will be identified, will be apprehended and punished. And also, and I think that is the subtext that is important in relation to the state sponsorship of terrorism, that the handlers will also be dealt with in a manner that India deems appropriate. So it's in that context that the first three steps have been taken at the political, economic, and for the first time, water has been brought onto the table, but again in a very measured way. Now, yes, the last of the options is the military option. And towards that end, again, I would say that there is some very measured signaling that is going on, which is the fact that the Prime Minister has given the military commanders a directive. This will not be devoid of or separated from the larger political objective, because any military initiative is an extension of the larger political message that is being sought to be conveyed. But the very fact that this has been highlighted in the media, that the Prime Minister has met the service chiefs individually. We are aware that he has met the naval chief, as also the air chief, and earlier the CDS. And this whole sequence, I think, is indicative of a measured response. What exactly will happen, I think, is in the tactical realm. And perhaps one should not speculate on that part. But as an analyst, I would interpret this as a message of resolve and restraint, that India is not trying to escalate in any impulsive manner.